going to college to some extent is just a rite of passage now. We don't reflect on it very deeply, and it's true that most people do go to college simply for the sake of pursuing a career. What I would say is that the notion that you would go to college to pursue a very specific career is somewhat short-sighted, given a number of things. One, the fact that people change careers constantly, as David mentioned. People change careers on average 5 times in the course of their life. So it's impossible at 20, in many cases, to predict exactly what you'll be doing at 30 or 40, or even at 30 to predict what you'll be doing at 40. So the notion that you're going to pursue you're going to invest an enormous amount of money pursuing an education in a particular field, which you cannot in any way be certain that you will end up in afterward, seems on the one hand somewhat short-sighted. But the other thing that I would say is that the whole notion that you go to school simply for the sake of a job has behind it a conception of human nature that sees the human being as something whose purpose is to pursue money, essentially, and pleasure. And the fact is that the reason that we go to school and the reason that educational institutions exist has to do with it has to do with the fact that we have a very deep desire to know. Our satisfaction, our fulfillment consists in knowing reality. And ultimately, that's why educational institutions exist, to introduce us to reality, and to introduce us to reality as seen through our particular culture. So an educational institution answers to this incredibly deep longing in the human person for truth, and ultimately for God. So to think that to think that you're just going to school for the sake of a career is to be guilty of a kind of low estimation of what a human being is and what will bring you fulfillment. Ultimately, your work will bring you some fulfillment. Work is a good thing, right? But it's not going to bring you the deepest kind of fulfillment because of the kind of being that you are. A human being, which is defined by rationality and a being that can only be fulfilled by knowing the truth.